In the innocence of 6th grade, I looked for love. Well, more correctly, I paid for my first love. It was this little dog. I always wanted a dog of my own. So I saved up $100. I went through the classifieds and I found Chihuahua, male, $100. Now this was before Yo Quiero Taco Bell and Paris Hilton and all the Chihuahua phenomenon. Nobody wanted a Chihuahua back then. But I wanted a dog, and he was the cheapest. And Ren and Stimpy had some influence. Anyways, I wanted this dog. So I went to my parents. I said, I have $100 saved up. May I please go get this dog? Now, of course, parents saying this is a big responsibility, but they were supportive. They said, if you want it that bad, they knew that this was something that I very much needed to do. So we go there and we see the last remaining male sitting there. We swoop him up. We name him Cheech, just like Simba in The Lion King. We were at home, my dad's filming. My brother and I are just watching this little dog, little Chihuahua Cheech, bouncing through the grass, taller than him. And my dad turns to me with the camera and says, Matt, what do you think of your new dog? And in my little 10-year-old voice I said, he's the best dog ever. Better than any other dog on the planet. So that was 6th grade. I paid for my first love. Now fast forward to senior year. Now every senior has to go through separation. At the end of high school, things happen. People will go off to college, people go to the military. My situation was the first day of my senior year, my girlfriend moved to Belgium. So now what do? I'm stuck here in Cincinnati, Ohio, in a high school, and my girlfriend, my love, is away. So what we do is we start the most fantastic, long-term, give it everything you got type of relationship. We were making VHS tapes of Friends and Seinfeld, and I would send them to her, and I would make mixtapes, cassettes, and I would send those to her, and she would send those back, just love songs back and forth. I would send her roses, a dozen roses, knowing that it took 2 weeks to get from Cincinnati to Belgium, so by the time she opened that box, the roses would be dried out, but it was the thought that counts, right? So, after I graduate high school, I am able to go over to Belgium for a year to study. Anyways, I had to go get my girl. I had to go live there. I lived with her parents, and the beautiful thing was this. I go there. I go to Belgium, and the first thing I notice, the TV always has the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and the Simpsons. But what I didn't know, what blew my mind, was that Will Smith's sitting there speaking Flemish. He's fluent. And Bart Simpson over here is saying oui oui in all French. He's fluent. Now, I didn't know that they knew that, but I was very impressed. So I move into this house, 3rd floor, separate bedroom, 1 bedroom away from my girlfriend. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm 18, she's 19. The first thing we want to do is go to a bar legally. Over in Europe, you can go to a bar before you're 21. So we go to this bar, and luckily her brother was over there too for the summer. So we're over in this bar drinking, having a good time, and there's a soccer game on, Belgium versus England. All of a sudden, Belgium's losing. So this guy gets up, he starts throwing tables over, throwing beer bottles against the wall, saying, I'll take on anybody in this room. And I'm just sitting there. I could care less about the game. I don't really care about soccer, but this was entertainment. Seeing this guy go crazy, I was having a ball. So I'm standing there, standing next to her brother, and this guy again says, I'll take on anybody in this room. And right at the moment, I say, can you believe this guy? I turn like this, and we meet eyes. And he just looks at me and says, you're laughing at me, and starts charging. Now, luckily, her brother steps in front, grabs him by the neck, and takes him down to the ground. Now, with that happening, okay, it's on. All of a sudden, his friend comes after me. We're on the ground wrestling. All of a sudden, I'm picked up by my neck, put up against the wall. Luckily, it's the bartender. Okay, that's okay. But meanwhile, while I'm pinned up, that guy's girlfriend comes over, punches me in the face, which sparks my girlfriend to go kick that guy in the groin and then punch that girl. All of a sudden, it's chaos. We have dust flying everywhere. The bartender settles us down. He gets us out. And when we left, we didn't know what to do. That was like the most exciting night of my life. So I'm looking at this situation. I'm in a new country. I'm drunk. And in a fight, I had to pay for my first love in 6th grade. That was a dog. And that was my first love. And now I'm in Belgium in a situation where I feel like I just paid for my true love, Melissa, with blood, sweat, and a little bit of tears, I'll admit. But that's what it was. It was so exciting. It was a moment. And that's what it's about. You pay for your first love, you pay for your true love. Life is good.